Let's talk about openers. Openers are set builds that take advantage of modern Tetris' 7-bag randomizer, in which the game will drop all 7 pieces once in a random order before dropping another set of 7. This means you can get the same piece twice in a row at most, and the longest you can go without seeing the same piece twice is 13. So when you start a game, you know for sure that you'll have access to all 7 pieces, letting you create all sorts of early patterns. Because of this, people who are much smarter than me have created patterns that let you send big attacks early on to your opponent, known as openers. The number of openers people have created are endless, but in this video, we'll look at 3 of the most popular ones. These are Perfect Clear Opener, TKI, my personal favorite, and the Double Triple Cannon or DT Opener. The Perfect Clear Opener, or PCO, is exactly what it sounds like. It gives you a high chance to perform a perfect board clear as your first attack, which will send 12 lives of garbage to your opponent in short order. You're basically creating 2 set shapes with the first 7-bag set, using 3 pieces to fill in the rest. The first shape you're creating uses the T, S, and Z pieces as follows. You can also mirror this the opposite direction. The second shape you're creating uses the L, J, and O pieces to form a square. And of course, this can be mirrored as well. The I piece is a floater that can be placed up against the wall of either of these shapes. You can also place the I piece horizontally as a 4x4 square with the L, J, and O shape rotated for added flexibility with the opening bag order. The next part is a bit trickier as it relies on the RNG of the next 4 pieces. This will take some practice to visualize how to fill in the gap. There are obviously some examples in this video here, but practice makes perfect, or, well, practice makes better. Beware when using this opener though, as the garbage that gets sent to your opponents tends to be pretty clean, so make sure that you have a quick follow-up after to try to keep them from drilling down to basically 3 free Tetrises. The TKI Opener is one of the most popular Tetris openers among mid to high skill players. It allows for very quick T-spins within the first 7 bags. The main requirement for a TKI is to be able to place the eyepiece horizontally on the floor before anything else, so you'll be eyeing that eyepiece early within the first 3 or 4 drops. So as long as you can get that eyepiece down flat, the rest can usually be placed in almost any order. L or J with the back against the wall, S or Z horizontally on top of the eyepiece with the top corner being flush against the edge of the eyepiece, creating a T shape. O piece goes to the back of the opposite wall where the L or J isn't, opposing S or Z piece vertically on the other edge of the eye. The opposing L or J piece can sit vertically on top of the O piece against the wall or horizontally over the S or Z piece in the middle. This gets you a lightning quick T-spin right out the door, sending an early 4 lines of garbage to your opponent. Also, these 2 setups specifically allow for other builds with the second and third bags, including STSD, Imperial Cross, Perfect Clear, or you can just freestyle more T-spins and send more back-to-back damage to your opponent. You can even screw up a little with the S or Z pieces and still pull off an early T-spin, as long as you have that I piece down flat and an L or J piece against the wall. The Double Triple Cannon, also known as the DT Cannon, is self-explanatory in that the setup allows for a T-spin double directly into a T-spin triple. It can be performed both mid-game and as an opener. The build basically looks like a long T with an L above it. You can build it anywhere on the board, but generally it's easiest to build it against one of the sidewalls. The one side of the DT is generally built the same all the time. You need at least a 2 wide flat area with a single gap beside it that's at least 2 blocks deep. Easiest is just to use an O piece, but interlocking L or J pieces or side-by-side I pieces also works. Next, an upside down L or J placed with the back against the wall goes on top of the flat spot. The opposite side is a bit trickier in that there are many ways to freestyle this, but basically you're looking to make half a T-spin over the 2 block deep gap, followed by a 3 block tall overhang above the opposing L or J piece. Once this is built, you wait for the T pieces. First one goes in horizontally into the position here. The double line clear then creates a T-spin triple for the next T piece. Easy, am I right? Right? In my personal opinion, learning to mid-game DT on the fly first is better than learning the opener first, to understand how to build the shape. And now I show you the opener! The opener can be broken down into 4 steps. Stage 1 is to build this symmetrical shape against the opposing wall using the L, J, S, Z, and I pieces. This can be built in 2 ways shown here, with this one being the easier to build. Stage 2, you need an O piece against one of the side walls, and an upside down L or J piece against the wall over top of the O. Stage 3 is to place a T piece over the side closest to the O piece. The T piece can be placed here early as well. Note that this initial setup uses the entire first 7 bag. Stage 4 is to place the opposing L or J piece upside down on the edge of the T piece and filling in the rest. After that, you just wait for the T pieces to come and finish it off. There are so many other openers out there, like Hachi Spin, MKO, C Spin, Stick Spin, BT Opener, blah blah blah, and it can be overwhelming. But even learning a few, like the 3 I've shown here, will definitely up your game, and can sometimes net you some super quick wins if you catch your opponent off guard. This has been my TED Talk. Thanks for watching.